place a damn mess. All right, Dracula Bendy. Let's find out if you were worth the money I paid for you. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy John from Project Ellsworth, and I'm back with you today to unbox my first ever one of these of any kind. I'm going to be unboxing my Dracula Universal Monster from Bendy's, made by Noble Toys. I don't know. This one should be pretty uneventful, I'm assuming. All right, let's get to it and crack this sucker out of this box. I don't know, man. He has about the same complexion as you. What's up, YouTube? As always, I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. All right, so yeah, man, I was in BAM. God, it's probably around a year ago sometime, and I found the Noble Toys BendyFigs Dracula, and I also found the creature from the Black Lagoon. The two that I've never found or never seen anywhere is Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. I've never seen them anywhere, but they're the figures that I typically collect anytime that I see it. I have several Frankensteins. I now have a couple Bride of Frankensteins, but I'm always down with some Universal. So finding Dracula and the creature from the Black Lagoon when I didn't even know that these things existed was something like that's always a nice surprise. So zero articulation is my guess because they're rubber bendy figures. And if they're anything like the anything like the rubber bendy figures that I had as a child, which I'm assuming is roughly what this is going to be, probably just far more detailed than what a child from the 70s and 80s would have seen. I'm just assuming that this is going to be a rubber figure with a wire running through the middle of him, which will make him bendy and somewhat posable. Articulation, that's just not going to happen here. Now, why on earth would they have to put that in there? It's a rubber figure, for the love of God. Well, that's surprising. His cape is cloth. All right, let's see. This is terrible. All right, I'll be right back. This wire would piss off the Pope. All right, I'm back. One thing that I will say right up front that I think is really, really cool is this base that comes with them. That's awesome. That's take note, NECA. Why aren't you doing something like this? This is nice. All right, first impressions. All right, right out the gate, I find it very strange, but actually really, really cool that Dracula's cape is not rubber. It's actually cloth, and it has that wire running through the edges of it to make the cape posable. And all right, so now onto the figure himself. Very, very cool. Like I said, he's got about the complexion of maybe like Nosferatu or this Michael Myers figure that I have sitting here. Like most Michael Myers figures that I have sitting here. Gray complexion. Very, very cool though. He's almost like a combination of like a black and white Dracula and a color Dracula. One thing to note is he's got some janky ass fingers. This guy should be playing bass. And these are also like Nosferatu. Very long, gangly fingers. Tell you what, man, speaking is something that's starting to just get away from me. All right, so you got the back of his jacket there, which you will never see unless you pose him like Superman, which is very possible. Very, very cool though. Lightweight. He probably weighs about as much as a NECA figure. He is a solid rubber figure, and he is posable somewhat, but he's thick. He's thick and probably has a somewhat of a thin wire. So now he looks like he's playing piano while he's flying. The flying pianist. Don't say that wrong. All right, so let me get him set up and we'll take a couple shots of him and get the hell out of here. So there he is, Count Dracula from Noble Toys BendyFigs line.
And now, a quick word from our sponsor.
GTHIC is an online jewelry retailer who feels that wearing jewelry is a way for people to communicate their individuality. Their mission is to support your self-expression by offering unique jewelry that tells a story about who you are. And they believe that price is not the only way to express the quality of jewelry. GTHIC works directly with raw material suppliers and sells only online to avoid traditional markups and offer items at reasonable prices. This is high quality jewelry that's affordable for everyone. GTHIC is also partnered with Trees for the Future, and giving back to nature is their common pursuit. For every order placed with GTHIC, a tree is donated. GTHIC has a 2023 goal of 10,000 trees donated and planted, and as of now, they are well on their way with 4,000 trees donated. So remember to click on the link in the description and use the product code ProjectE to receive 20% off of your entire order. And it's really as simple as that. You get fantastic jewelry at a discounted price. GTHIC makes another sale, which means Trees for the Future gets another tree to plant, and that also means that Project Ellsworth keeps the lights on. We continue making these wonderful videos for YouTube. Everybody wins. Back to the video. I gotta tell you, I like him a lot more than I expected to be totally honest with you. It just dawned on me when I was taking the last shots of him that, you know who he reminds me of? Who he actually reminds me of? I'm telling you, stumbling and stammering over my words. Spock. He kind of reminds me of Spock. He reminds me of Leonard Nimoy, Mr. Spock. I don't know. I might be way off. Maybe it's just the goofy complexion, the hairline, and the pointy ears. I think that's what I'm going to go with. So he's like Spock. He's like a Nosferatu Spock hybrid. He's Spock-feratu. But he's very cool. Now I can't wait to open up my Creature from the Black Lagoon, and I got to figure out how... that's definitely not true. I need to go on Amazon or on the internet, on the interweb somewhere, and get Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein to complete this collection. Who the hell knows? Maybe it's not complete anymore. At this point, maybe there's a wolf man and an invisible man, and Lord only knows. This kind of stuff, when they put some of these things out, over time they tend to put the rest of these things out. So maybe there'll be the rest of the Universal monsters out there. The Creature from the Black... Well, I got the Creature from the Black Lagoon. So what would that leave me? The Invisible Man. Won't be anything in the box. That joke gets old fast. So there'd be the Invisible Man, and there would be the Wolf Man, and there would be the Phantom of the Opera. What else? I'm missing something. What am I... Who the hell cares? He's awesome. I really like him a lot. Absolutely, positively love the base that comes with this figure. I think that they definitely, NECA should absolutely take note of this, or, you know, steal something out of the playbook from Noble Toys, because that thing's awesome. And I honestly think that it almost makes the figure very, very, I mean, how else would you stand up a bendable rubber figure? Chances are that sumbitch is going to fall over, if not immediately, over time. Not a ton of posability to this guy. Zero articulation. The most posable thing for him is his cape. But even with that, even if he was a completely static figure, I like the looks of him. And again, I love that base. Very, very cool. Very pleased that I picked him up that day. I picked him up on a whim. Never heard of him, never seen him, didn't even know they existed. Went in there one day and found Dracula and the Creature from the Black Lagoon. And then several times thereafter, I went to that same Books A Million and continued to find Dracula and the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I know that there's other bendable noble toys out there, and I want to say maybe they were Lord of the Rings figures, I think. But the Lord of the Rings was about as dry as the Sahara Desert to me. I never made it through one of those movies, let alone the trilogy or the 900 Hobbit movies that came afterwards. That is not my thing. I can't do it. All right, I'm getting out of here. So he's awesome. Leave me some comments down below and let me know if you're still here. And leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you have purchased him or the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Or let me know if you're one of the fortunate souls out there that found Frankenstein and his bride. Getting out of here. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you really like this video and you've been enjoying my content up to this point, please do me a huge personal favor. Click that subscribe button and ring that, slap them in the cape. Ring that bell. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Have a kick-ass day. Thank you for watching. Later, folks. See you around. Well, you want some company? I'll put him over there with you. Hey. Birds of a feather, right? Later, folks.